What is up, my friends? Good morning. This is JV coming to you live on Sunday morning. It is August 25th, I believe. Is that correct? August 25th, 2024. Sometimes I lose track of my dates and time for whatever reason, but I believe it is the 25th. And here I am again in my vehicle, drinking a cup of coffee or a cold coffee. I just got back from the gym. I was at the gym. I spent like 2.5 hours today. I am very proud of myself. On a Sunday morning, I went to the gym like around 6 o'clock, and I finished my workout at like around 8:45 or something. So I'm very proud of myself. I usually don't like going to the gym on Sundays. Very, very seldomly do I ever set foot at the gym, but today I actually got my ass up from the bed and into my clothes, and onto the gym I went. Anyway, I just wanted to I wanted to piggyback on yesterday's video and make it a topic for today. Yesterday I actually did make the credit card payment to my Chase credit card balance that I owe, and right now I owe about $3,200 now, as I am marching towards financial independence, debt free, and I'll definitely cut my credit cards with my scissors. I'm actually, when I finish paying off my debt, I'm gonna bring my credit cards and I'm gonna cut them here while doing a video using my scissors. And that is a topic that I wanted to discuss, the crisis that exists in the United States that's been festering for so many decades. The extraordinary amount of debt that Americans are saddled with. As you know, the national debt right now stands at about $35 trillion. And according to many experts in the feds, that debt is probably never going to be paid by the U.S. It is virtually impossible to pay $35 trillion. That is twice as much as the GDP of the United States. Think about that. That is twice as much as the GDP of the United States. And the worst part is, the debt is going to continue to rise. I don't foresee any in the future any way that the debt is going to slow down, or that it's going to stop, or that it's going to be reversed, and that it's going to start to be paid off. It doesn't look to me like either party, the Republican Party or the Democratic Party, are interested in bringing down the national debt, unfortunately. So we're going to be stuck with that debt forever. It's going to be saddled on the future generations. The United States, it's a house of cards, let's face it. As I mentioned yesterday, according to various sources, there's about a 60% number. That's what they're quoting. 60% of the American population that's actually working, that's in the age of working, has only about $400 total saved up for an emergency. And you just simply cannot function as a democracy. You cannot function as a real country when your middle class is pretty much wiped out, when you're saddled with debt, when there's no savings accumulated by the overwhelming majority. Well, I shouldn't say the overwhelming, but I mean 60% is the majority of the American population. Not even $1,000 saved up. And everything that you see on with people here, with Americans, everything is like I mentioned, a house of cards. Everybody owes their vehicle. Everybody has student mortgages, pretty much. A lot of people have student debt. A lot of people have unsecured debt like myself, credit card debt, medical bills, you name it. And it's just unsustainable, in my opinion. At some point, the dollar's, you're already seeing the devaluation of the dollar, but believe it or not, I travel a lot, right? So I've been traveling a lot since 2021, and I've been going to different countries. Believe it or not, their currency is even worse than the American dollar. Their currency is devaluating even faster than the American dollar. The Japanese yen has devaluated big time in the last couple of years. The Colombian peso has devaluated. The Peruvian sol has devaluated. You know, even the euro. The euro is now up, on par with the dollar. So it's not just the American dollar that's going down in flames. There's many other currencies that are collapsing around the world. But in the case of the United States, it's all a mirage. It really is. You know, people show off their cars. People show off their houses. People show off their RVs and their boats and all this other stuff. And the reality is, the overwhelming majority of those people don't even own it. The banks own those things, cars and boats and RVs and houses and stuff like that. It's a mirage, plain and simple. We're all broke. We're all a bunch of slaves. We all work for these materialistic things, and it's just ridiculous. I have a friend who actually has a car payment that is more than $1,000 a month. And that's not even including insurance. That's not even including registration. And he has like a 3-year, I think it's a 3-year payment plan. So for the next 3 years or 2.5 years, he's gonna have to pay $1,000 per month on a stupid vehicle. Think about that. Imagine if he put away those $1,000 for that period of time, 3 years, into an investment account, and never touched those funds. Can you imagine how much that would be worth over time, as over the by the time he would retire? That's the thing that people just don't want to do in this country. People don't want to sacrifice. People don't want to drive a beat up car. You know, people don't want to have. They don't want to sacrifice. They want to have RVs, and they want to have boats, and they want to go to the beach, and they want to go to the lakes, and they want to travel across country on a stupid RV that's going to cost you $100,000, $150,000. So the financial crisis of this country is absolutely real. Whoever wins the election in November is going to have a daunting task, and moving forward, a future presidents. It really doesn't matter, who it is. It really started in the 90s. The downfall of this country started in the 90s. I would say in the 80s with Reagan. Reagan absolutely gutted the middle class in this country. Ronald Reagan basically capitulated to the hedge funders and the hedge fund managers and the billionaire class. And then Bill Clinton in the 90s pretty much took it on overdrive, put it on steroids. The financial plans or the financial policies of Reagan, Bill Clinton exacerbated those by signing the NAFTA deal in 1993 and basically bending over backwards to give China everything that they wanted. And that completely crumbled and crushed the middle class in this country. So everything went downhill from that point forward. From the 80s with Reagan, made things much worse with Clinton in the 90s. And it doesn't really matter. I don't think it matters who the president is going to be moving forward. I think this country's screwed. $35 trillion in debt. People have $400 of emergency savings. 60% of the population. And everybody's in debt up to their eyeballs. People have a ton of debt. It's just crazy. You can't be living like that forever. At some point, shit is going to hit the fan, metaphorically speaking. And all hell is going to break loose, and the bills are going to they're going to be due. So I don't think it's going to make much of a difference who wins in 2024, who wins in 2028, who wins in 2032. I think the ship has sailed a long time ago, and there's just no turning back. There's no possible way. Even the feds are saying there's no way that the U.S. will ever paid off those $35 trillion that it has in debt. Even Vladimir Putin was making fun of the U.S. by pointing that out. That the United States' power and influence around the world is a facade. It's a mirage. Everything is built out of paper. $35 trillion in debt. The dollar's not backed by the gold standard anymore, thanks to Richard Nixon in the 70s. It's a mess, and we're heading down the cliff. I think we're heading down a cliff. And maybe that's the reason why more and more people don't want to get married. Maybe that's the reason why people don't want to have kids anymore. Despite the fact that despite the fact that the current running mate of Donald Trump is making fun of people that don't have any kids, and he believes that people that like myself who doesn't have any kids, that we don't have the same rights as a married couple because according to him, we don't have skin in the game for the future of this country because we don't want to have kids. But how can you have kids when everything's out of control, when everything is so expensive, when everybody's in debt, or the majority of people is in debt in this country? People just don't want to take that risk financially. So we are absolutely screwed. What I'm going to do personally, as soon as I pay off my debt, I'm going to try to continue and live like a minimalist. I'm going to try to just have the absolute basic necessities of life. I want to live as simple of a life as possible from this point forward. And I don't want to have debt anymore. I want to be done with it. Once I pay off my the remaining balance that I have on my 3 credit cards that are left. And I just want to live within my means. That's really all I want to do from this point on, because this is ludicrous. It's insane. I mean, I couldn't believe when my friend told me that he's paying more than $1,000 a month in a car payment. That is just craziness. That is absolutely insanity. And he's not alone. That's the thing. He's not alone. I guarantee you, all the people that are driving nice brand new cars, those are all leased cars. They don't even own them. They don't even own those cars. They're making car payments on a monthly basis for 7 years, for 5 years, for 3 years. I mean, what's the point of doing that? It just boggles my mind, the stupidity. I'm sorry, but it's just crazy. It is simply insanity what's going on. But anyway, that's all I wanted to talk about this morning, Sunday morning. Again, today is August 25th. I can't believe August 25th. I'm going to be gone in a week from tomorrow. I'm going to be going down to Mexico a week from tomorrow. Looking forward to it. I hope you guys have a great rest of your weekend. I will talk to you on a separate occasion. If it's not tonight, I'll talk to you on the next video, probably tomorrow. Take care. Thank you for watching.